lapse and they're driving, because my concern is, what if there's an accident and you had to make a quick decision how to turn? That dog's now in your way that you have to turn a wheel or something, and that could, cause a...
Or it falls into your feet while you're trying to push on a pedal.
Yep.
You can't tell what that dog is going to do. It's just like locking a child into a safety seat. You have to know what you're doing. And people don't realize they have pets, they love pets, but they don't take care of their pet. You need to value that dog just as much as you value your child.
Well, that's what we had talked about, I guess, the interview 2 or 3 episodes ago, where we were talking about, dogs going everywhere with people or even pets, doesn't matter.
When I take mine, I dress them up. They look like little dolls when I take them out somewhere.
Are they in your bee swanky bag?
No, they're not in my bee swanky bag.
They should be.
No. Not until she makes a dog carrier, and that may come.
That could happen.
That could happen.
No, but, like I said, I grew up with pets and dogs and all this other stuff, but we valued them as family members, but we didn't take them everywhere. We knew that sometimes we were going out to a store or we were going out to a thing that wasn't pet friendly. Keep them home, because they can be at home in like the food, water dish area, whatever you had to have them set up, and that was fine. Now, obviously, they're puppies. They might have to be crate trained, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you set boundaries, and you have to do that. It's not a good thing, but that's what.
So that's what's wrong with our children today.
We don't have them crate trained?
Have no boundaries.
Well, this is true. This is why I love my aquariums, because my aquariums are 10 and 20-gallon tanks, and I just had my fish, and they were fine.
Are you sure?
They were fine.
Are you sure?
Oh, I am so sure they were fine.
Okay, well, it's not like I wanted to interrupt or anything, but I just thought I'd interrupt.
Well, my fantail guppies, they were producing like little babies all the time.
Yeah,
so
but
they
they
were fine.
eat their young.
Oh no, I put them in a fish net, so therefore the babies would be safe from the parents until they grow.
I hope you're feeding them well.
Oh no, I did. If I was getting that many babies, holy Jesus.
Well, I wanted to tag in on that aggressive interrupters.
Go ahead.
There is nothing worse.
What was that?
Huh? What'd you say? I hate it when people interrupt. You're trying to get a point across. Let them finish. For God's sake, let them finish.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Seriously, do you have that many hours in the day where you can sit and listen to somebody?
Look, this just happened to me on my Zoom meeting this morning, which is so funny, is I was sitting there and I started having a train of thought, and then I stopped, and when I said, oh, wait, I forgot something, someone else started talking. I'm like, wait, really? I didn't even finish. Like, but no, I said, wait. So it just happens that people just want to keep going and whatnot. And being the baby of 3 children, I had to you almost think about it like the strong will survive in the wilderness type of scenario, where you have like 6 babies and like only 3 will survive because the other 3 or whatever. I had to fight for attention and talk and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah.
So that explains it.
This is why you brought me on, Katie.
Okay, well, all right. How about bringing up politics just to piss somebody off?
Oh, that is a grandeur. I love it so much. Now, everyone who knows me knows that I don't like to go ranting or raving about politics. Frankly, I wish a big comet would just crash on the earth and we'd all be done. That's how I feel right now with everything going on. But I do have my views, and I just say, that's my rant, that's it, and we're done. But I know some friends and family that just wait for the right moment and zing it right in there to certain people. And I'm like, oh, why did you start that?
I love it. That brings me to another point about Facebook, which is, I love Facebook, kind of.
I don't like Facebook's algorithms right now. My God.
No, I don't either. I mean, I'm looking at a black page now, and it's like all the writing is in white. I tried to fix it to put it back the other day, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. Not that I really care. It's okay.
Oh, no, I'm going to help you before we leave today.
Oh, God, you're not.
But continue.
I don't even want to go there. But you can't post anything on Facebook these days unless you are prepared for a battle. I kid you not.
Mm-hmm.
I reposted the comment and the photograph of the 3 mail-in ballots. All went to the same house, 3 different people, and I thought that would be interesting to chat about.
Oh, boy.
Oh, did I get a ration for that. It was like, folks, I didn't make the post. I just reposted it. It's like,
you
for
can't
God's
even repost
sakes,
anything.
No kidding. I mean, I put it on there and I said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this. No.
So here's the thing with any type of social media. It doesn't matter what it is. Now that we have social media in the mix, people want their 15 minutes of fame. So they all want to be something. So they look for the likes, the loves, the cares, and all this other stuff. But there are the people that get that going and saying, hey, look, I'm going to do this because I want to stir up everything and get whatever. But then they don't realize that now everyone that's on the social media now flips the other side of the coin, and now they're judge and jury and executioner and saying, I'm condemning you, and this is this, and this is this,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this and this.
Oh, yeah. My pat response is, if you don't like what you see, 1, scroll past it. Number 2, unfriend me. It's okay. I have over 5,000 connections on Facebook. Missing 1 or 2 ain't going to hurt me any.
Look, I'm going to be honest. There have been friends and family members in the past that constantly posted stuff on there that were just dragging things out. And I said, stop. And I just unfriended them, and that was it. And I think, it was when Trump became, or I think it was like Trump's inaugural speech, or I forget what it was, somewhere so long ago. I knew that when that was going to happen, people were going to go on the tangent and start saying everything negative. So I immediately went on there and I posted and said, look, I know everyone has views. I know everyone has things. I don't want to see it. The moment I see it, you're off my list. And wouldn't you know, no one posted a thing. I didn't. And if they did, I didn't see it. And I was like, that was the most calmest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You want to know what my response was to the email or the mail-in
Your repost
ballots?
of your posting?
Oh, yeah. This was classic. The guy that wrote me the riot act about putting that post on says, you shouldn't have anything to say about this because you're not a journalist. Now, okay, before you go any further, I sat there and I thought about this for a minute. And then I said, yes, I am. And I gave him my website for Society Bites.
Well, here's the thing. That kind of brings me on the next pet peeve that I saw here is people that like to bash other people. Well, there you go. You just named it right there. You're not a journalist. Well, yes, I am. Instead of just throwing your name out there and saying, well, this is why you don't understand this, maybe you should research the person and say, oh.
That doesn't work either because I got hacked last month or month before, and it was a really nasty post that somebody posted, and it was extremely racist. It was not something that I personally would have ever posted. The one thing I learned about journalism is you're not allowed to have an opinion.
No.
One way or the other. You can discuss anything you want to, you can talk about anything you want to, but you're not allowed to have an opinion. It doesn't come with the job. It's not a privilege of the position.
So here's the thing is, not only journalism, I would say any business should have no say in anything because you're a professional business and you have to wear the rose-colored glasses and you just have to go with it and do whatever. Point in case, I read an article last week where one of the frozen, I think it was Otter Pops or something like that, they got really bad flack on them because when people were doing the marching riots and walking and all this other stuff, someone approached Otter Pops and said, hey, can you supply us with these things, like, food, like little things? He said, yeah, sure, we'll do this and all this other stuff. They got such flack on both sides saying, why are you supporting them? Why are you doing this? And then all this other stuff. Now they're being boycotted. # boycott Otter Pops. So just being a business saying, hey, I'll help support in certain ways, you can't do that anymore. So me being in the professions that I am, yes, I see certain things that are wrong, but I have to keep my mind to myself and say, nope, can't do it.
Well, I can appreciate that, but, it irritates me when people think they know so much that they can offer all this bad advice and all this condemnation. I don't even want to look at my personal Facebook page anymore. It just breaks my heart to see so much hate, so much violence, so much anger. I've never seen so many angry people in all my life.
Yeah, it's true. So, well, yeah, I totally agree. There's too much hate out there. There's too much animosity, and everyone needs to, cool it, calm down, take a breather, count to 10.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, I think most of the people that are making those comments don't know how to count till 10. On that note, we'll be back.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-834-1141. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-834-1141. 800-834-1141. That's 800-834-1141.
And we're back. We were talking about pet peeves and Facebook, but I want to address another issue that's really annoying. Cell phone distraction.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Katie? I was on my cell phone.
Put that down.
I don't want to. It's too addicting.
Well, there's a 12-step program, I'm sure, somewhere.
Well, I know there's the, Alcohol's Anonymous. Is there a Cell Phone Anonymous that I should go to?
If there ain't, there ought to be.
Well, I'll look into that later.
So what else you got for me today?
Well, let's go back into that with the cell phone distraction. So I think that's a big pet peeve that needs to be touched upon. I really do. What do you...
Well, it's almost as bad as interrupting somebody who's speaking because you're obviously not paying attention to what they're saying. And if you're on your cell phone, you most certainly are not paying attention to that person. That's the worst disservice you could ever do to a person.
So here's a funny thing. This is not the funny part of it, but I go to breakfast with my father every Saturday morning, and we have a nice breakfast. Now, once in a while, my phone might have to go off, and I let him know that during the meeting or during our breakfast, I might have to take an important call. But most of the time, the phone doesn't ring, and I do not look at it. It goes, rings, whatever, and I just let it go to voicemail. It doesn't matter if it's not important. Well, there was a mother-daughter on the other side of us, and they were sitting there, and I heard the daughter hear like the ring of a phone from someone else in the thing, and she looked down at her phone, and the mom's like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Well, every time I hear the phone, I think it's mine. I have to go answer it." Wait,
why?
What? That was my what?
The one thing that people don't seem to understand is that a cell phone is an inanimate object. You can turn it off.
No, you can't, Katie.
Yes, you can. Get over it. It is not a life changer.
Actually,
life will go on.
Oh, it does. But here's the funny thing is, we use it as a life support system because everything's on there. Or it's like a mini computer, if you want to call it that.
No, it's a life support system if it maintains an oxygen tank.
Well, to certain people it does, in their certain ways.
Does it serve you food when you're hungry?
Well, when it starts making me Julian fries, I'll really invest in that.
And there you have it. There's my point. The world goes on without it.
But here's the thing. You're
going to defend this crap,
No,
aren't you?
I'm not going to. But what I'm saying is, I love when I get a chance to get away from the phone. And what I do is I deplug from everything. So no phone, no Apple Watch, no computers, no nothing. And I actually have gone out to the pool or I've gone to hiking and anything like that. And when I get back, I feel so relaxed because my wrist didn't vibrate because let me know that there was a missed call or something, or I didn't have to check my emails and my phone. It is a great feeling. But the moment you come back, everything hits the fan. And it's just like, oh, you missed so many phone calls. Oh, you missed this. And you're just like, Here comes back the stress.
Are you
ID
telling
program.
me that you build anxiety because of something your phone does?
Yeah, to a point sometimes.